Hello. Thank you for joining me today. I'm a little bit nervous for this one, guys. Asking Brits if they'd move to America. It's almost like a rhetorical question. Like, is that a real question? Seriously, right now you're asking that in 2025? We're basically just looking to see how creative people can be with the way they say no and how enthusiastic. Maybe there will be some yeses. I'm not sure. I'm actually very interested to see. This is a video that's popping off by Politics Joe. Check him out, link down below. He's got all sorts of these super interesting interviews on his channel, so definitely go check him out. This video is popping off. I'm nervous.
Nope, because I am trying.
Sod the Yanks.
Nope.
What did he even just say?
Sod the Yanks.
How are you gonna start the video off with literally a dude speaking and I can't even, it's like another language. You guys are gonna have to translate that.
Sod the Yanks.
Am I stupid? Don't answer that. Salty Yanks? We're just gonna have to move on. I would love to know what he said, but we're gonna have to move on.
Sod the Yanks.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna turn the captions on.
Sod the Yanks.
Oh, something about the Yanks. It probably wasn't nice.
Nope, because I am transgender.
If I was to go anywhere in America, like somewhere like Canada.
I don't like the culture.
Oh, interesting. It's kind of funny because over here, I've always thought of America as being like North America, so Mexico, US, and Canada. But the way a lot of foreigners say America, it's like they typically mean United States. And I would typically have just said the United States, you know, or USA to mean America. So now I get in the mindset of thinking, because I've done this for so long and heard it so much, I think of America as meaning like USA now. But he just said Canada. You know, like if I moved to America, it would be Canada.
I don't like the culture, whether it's tipping, guns, the thoughts on abortion. Nah.
Actually seen.
The thoughts on abortion. The thoughts on abortion is kind of an interesting one because the thoughts are, they range the entire spectrum. Radically across the entire spectrum is the thoughts on abortion. So I'm not exactly sure even what he means by that, honestly. But yeah, if you don't like guns, if you don't like guns and tipping, you might not like America.
The thoughts on abortion. Nah.
Actually seems a bit more relaxed over there and open, doesn't it?
No.
Seems more relaxed in America. Why is there a freaking gnat in my face? Okay, sorry. That was dramatic. Seems more relaxed in America? Interesting. I mean, I know there is, you know, it's not just America that's having a lot of political controversy right now. And I mean, Britain as well, of course, UK.
More relaxed over there.
But to say it's more relaxed is, I question that, but okay.
And open, doesn't it?
No, never.
I don't think that it's a climate that any
Damn.
young female in particular would want to grow up in.
Why a female? You know, I mean, I can, obviously I can imagine like what she might say. I mean, the implication is that like that there's a lot of prejudice against females here in America, which is confusing. I mean, okay. So, hey, I don't know. It's just interesting. Like, okay.
In 2025, would you move to America?
No chance. I just think the climate is just really quite toxic at the moment. What's happening with like immigration and ICE, but also just like women's rights. It's just scary.
Oh, okay. It's the abortion again. Okay. Because when we say women's rights, I think we're referring to abortion, which, I mean, yeah, that's left up to the states right now. So state to state, it's different. And America's, you know, a really huge country. So I don't exactly think of it like the way that I've now heard it presented twice is as if abortion is banned in America, and it's not. So that's why I might seem a little bit confused. It's state to state.
My grandfather lives in the States. He actually was like, oh, potentially voting for Trump. Just the dichotomy of how it works and how citizens are interacting with the government and lack thereof is just really scary.
Nope, because I am transgender.
Same reason, definitely not.
Would I?
Yeah, I mean, especially after Trump, I'd say That makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I think I would, yeah. I think the lifestyle out there, it seems okay,
Same as. Yeah, different lifestyle. Actually seems a bit more relaxed over there and open, doesn't it?
That's kind of like so fascinating. And it might be because these guys are from an older generation, so they have more of a, they don't think of America as just being the present day climate. They think of it more like an average of their whole life. But here it's more relaxing. It's really interesting. More relaxing. I don't think I've ever heard that. I'd be curious to hear a follow-up on that. More relaxing. Because most people talk about, the work culture here in America is very not relaxing. You don't get a lot of vacation days. You work a lot of hours. So, like, I guess if you're retired and you live in Florida or California, it's relaxing.
Pancakes. Yeah. as long as it's not to do with Trump, yeah.
No. Never. No. It's just scary. You don't have, free speech.
I agree.
Wait. I mean, don't get me wrong. I totally agree that free speech in America is under attack right now, but that's a very odd criticism.
I won't move there. It's nice to look at.
Nice to visit.
Step over there and you already lose 10 of the rights that you have here.
Oh, no.
Wow, what a fascinating take. It's so interesting to hear perspective. And I mean, I've been doing this for years, and yet still something like hearing that is just fascinating, You lose 10 of the rights. Interesting. So interesting. Because, I mean, obviously, certain Americans would say the exact same thing as a rationale for why they want to live in America, as opposed to moving to someplace in Europe. And I'm not, I know. I can already imagine people, no, it's not true. Let's move on.
No interest in moving there. It's a complete hole. No, I'm all right. I'm content here. No, I would never move to America. There's nothing about America that I think I would prefer over here. Literally nothing.
Absolutely not, to be honest. I can't stand it.
I think that's fair enough. I mean, it's a beautiful country, Britain. Why would you move to... If you live in a beautiful country, why would you be wanting to move anywhere else? Now, especially America under the current climate. I understand that. I totally understand that.
I feel really sorry for you. Sod the Yanks.
No.
Wait, you feel sorry for the salty Yanks?
Nothing.
Absolutely not, to be honest. I can't stand them. I feel really sorry for you. Sod the Yanks.
Okay, man.
No.
I don't need you to feel sorry for me, but okay.
I don't think it's a very safe place to be right now. There's a lot going on politically, and I feel like as a woman, I wouldn't feel that safe.
The thing about her saying there's a lot going on politically is I'm under that same impression about the UK. Now, maybe it's kicked up even another notch here in America, but I'm under the impression, and maybe it's a false impression. See, that's what I'm... Because obviously the news is oftentimes exaggerated and very divisive, and, you get the headlines. And so that's all I see about the UK, kind of like that's all you see about America, if you're in the UK. And so to me, I think of the UK as being very politically tense right now. Very politically tense. With all the raise your flag protests and the anti-immigration stuff. So to hear oh no, America's too politically tense, it's just it's kind of eye-opening to me, oh, we're both under that impression about each other's country. And it's definitely true about America. I mean, it certainly is ridiculous how divisive all the politics are right now.
I think current climate comes into it for me, but it would be a no, just simply time zones, and it's just very far away from my family, friends, and things like that.
I think that's the obvious response for me. It's just would I move to another country? No, I mean, my family's here. My friends are here. Why would I move to another country?
Maybe.
That's basically, it comes down mostly to that.
If it was New York, I don't think I'd want to move anywhere like Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Anywhere super scary like that.
Super scary. so interesting. Texas is super scary. Okay. Okay. I don't know why this video in particular is just really eye-opening to me. I don't think of Texas as being scary, but they do own a lot of guns there, don't they? I guess that's the scary aspect. Also, Texas, I mean, is actually not as red. Like, it's not the most Republican state. Like, that seems to be the implication as well. Like, as if Texas is the most conservative state, and it's not. So maybe that's a misconception. Now, Texas is not Alabama.
Not at the moment. I'm not particularly...
In fact, in recent presidential elections, there's been, like, the question of, could it flip blue?
Anywhere super scary like that.
Not at the moment. I'm not particularly interested in going to the US at all at the moment, so maybe not. I just the political environment at the moment. The obvious things. It's just doesn't seem.
Now, come on, you could have at least had him zip up his shirt for the interview. You know, he's gonna be on camera. Come on, guys.
A very friendly place.
No way, no way. People getting killed and stuff like that. Nah, no way. I'll stay away from America for now. Absolutely, no way, no way. You know,
people getting killed. It just, once again, I maybe it's obvious to you guys like what he means, but to me, I wonder, like, what does that mean? People getting killed? Are we? I guess we're talking about gun violence.
our age group. So it's a place I'd like to visit in the future, but I think at the moment the tensions are just too high with everything.
And I mean, trust me, I know, guys, I got all sorts of comments. You're so naive. Like, how do you not know that there's so much more gun violence in America? I do know that. But being here, I've never been shot, and no one I know has ever been shot. So you have to understand that. Sorry, I'm getting worked up at comments I'm making up in my head.
Been going on, and I'd stay out of it personally.
No, I think I'll just stay out of it.
Yeah.
Stay here.
Maybe not. They need to wake up a bit, don't they? It's a bit mad out there.
No, it's just dead to me. Horrible.
No, I mean, you just can't say yes to that anymore. Definitely, like, you know, glitz and glam. It looks great, but they got so many issues there, man. That I just couldn't.
It's also interesting. I'm torn because on one hand, they're absolutely correct. There are so many like political issues. The political environment is like, bleh, it makes me want to throw up. It's so gross and horrible. But on the other hand, there is also that aspect of like, I feel like you guys just see mostly the bad stuff in the headlines. Like that's kind of how it's coming across. Now, also there's the aspect of Trump has been a total bastard to our allies. So I don't blame anybody for saying, why would I move to the United States when Trump has treated us like shit? No, I'm not going to move there. That makes perfect sense.
Do it in good faith. Not anymore. Oh yeah, I mean, I think they've got the edge. Of course, we're not without our issues, and 100% there's 101 things wrong here as well. But America just seems to do it bigger and better, and that's the same with the issues they've got as well. So yeah, 100% staying this side of the pond.
No, I don't know. It's too. I feel like the rule. I'd probably get. I don't know. I'd be kicked out. But I wouldn't go with the rules. I wouldn't last a minute over there. I don't think. It's definitely stricter over there than it is over here. 1,000%. If I was to go anywhere in America, it'd be like maybe like Canada.
Yeah, probably New York. Love to live there, but obviously
too busy for me.
Obviously the gun crime over there as well. It's, you know, it's legal and that kind of puts you off. But yeah, I'd say New York. I'd love to live there.
Nah. I don't like the culture. Whether it's tipping, guns, the thoughts on abortion. Nah.
I think guns here would be madness. It's already bad enough with knife crime. If you bring guns into this equation, not a good mix.
I think there's something like there's at least one shooting every single day in the States, and that idea of
there's a lot more than one. It's kind of funny because like this is obviously the topic they're all talking about, and they're talking about how prevalent it is. But to say there's like at least one shoot, I guess she means like on a multiple people, you know. Obviously most shootings are like one person shooting one other person. Of course, America's a really big country, you know, really big country, big population. It's almost like talking about all of Europe and being like, oh, there's a shooting every day in all of Europe. Like, of course there is. Now, with that said, there's way more in America. Don't get me wrong. I'm shooting myself in the foot. I know I am, guys, because you guys are like looking at me. Because I know the way I'm coming off, it's like I'm downplaying the gun stuff. No, there are a huge amount of guns, and the annoying thing about it is that it is a thought on the back of your mind. Like if you're at an event or something, it might cross your mind, you know, like, yeah, especially if you see someone that looks suspicious or something, you're like, you know, and so that anxiety, even when it, you know, doesn't happen 99.9% of the time, that's still something you have to contend with sometimes, and that is unfortunate.
Freedom and those historical ideas of freedom, the ideas of what a gun meant back when the Constitution was written. The Constitution isn't reflective of the society we live in today. And
I think out of all, like, the arguments made about like the right to bear arms and stuff, it's a really interesting subject. And I think that's a really interesting one. I think that's a good point. You know, obviously arms are a lot different and more advanced. Like, that's a huge understatement today than back when the Constitution was written. That's a great point.
I think that's quite scary. In the UK, we don't have guns. We're not hearing people talk about the right to hold a knife, but you would say that would be the equivalent in the UK. So where is that parallel?
Gun violence, not.
I'm trying to understand exactly what she just said.
Hearing people talk about the right to hold, that's quite scary. In the UK, we don't have guns. We're not hearing people talk about the right to hold a knife, but you would say that would be the equivalent in the UK. So.
Okay, I see her point. Like, it would be like people in America, you know, being so passionate about the right to bear arms would be like in the UK if people were passionate about the right to bear a knife.
So where is that parallel?
Gun violence, not with it. Say the wrong thing, you get shot. I'm a mouthy piece. So if I say.
That's the nice thing about having no guns, I must say. I would love sometimes to be able to tell people how I really feel, but once again, you're like, you know, okay, he might have a gun, you know, you never know, so I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to escalate the situation. Whereas sometimes, you know, and I mean, that's kind of annoying. Sometimes it's like, you almost want to fight somebody, and you're like, I better not.
Anything wrong, I'll get gunned down and not for that. It's just the same as it's always been. It's no different. It's just it's in the news. That's all it is. It's the only difference. It's being like put out to people widely, but it's still the same as it always has been.
The gun. I think everyone would say that, but well, yeah. Even then, like rights and stuff are a bit more touch and go there. Yeah, the gun law is just ridiculous. That's absolutely fucking stupid. How there's guns are just allowed to be normalised. I just don't get how you can buy a gun in a shop. No, I would never. No, I think it's crazy.
It is pretty crazy. It is pretty crazy how easy you can buy a gun. Very interesting thing. I guess I should say, I didn't expect that to be the number one thing. And I don't know if the interviewer is prompting them with that. Like, oh, what do you think about the guns in America? But I didn't expect it to be like, no, because of guns. I mean, I expected some people might say that, but for that to be like the thing that everybody keeps saying is a little bit surprising to me. Because I would think the number one reason would be just that, like, why would I go to America? Like, fuck Trump, and he has treated us like shit, and the political climate is crazy over there right now. So, no. I thought that would be the main thing, which we have heard a lot of that.
So they got guns. I'm not a massive fan of guns.
They're very Republican, and I...
They're very Republican. I mean, half the country is. The other half isn't.
would rather not. And I have guns, and they're all just...
Are you guys under, like, I guess with Trump being the current administration is Donald Trump. That almost gives the perception like the whole country agrees with Donald Trump, when it's really half of the country hates him. And then half freaking bends the knee to him. But yeah, I mean, you can't forget about the half that literally hates him. They exist. I'm one of them.
Yeah, a bit cringe in that way.
It's just Trump, obviously, their complete lax gun controls. I mean, I think it's obviously the stuff that we get served in the media.
What Trump is doing, and I think especially in the political climate at the moment, thinking back to our not so recent history, that's the word, the parallels are really quite scary in just what Trump is doing. I don't think that it's a climate that any young female in particular would want to grow up in.
If I don't like someone who's like ruling the country, why should I even go there?
I think that's a great reason.
Well, I think a lot of people are moving out of America. I mean, there's a lot of bad things going on with Trump. It's a lot of nonsense going around right now. And
I would be curious to see the stats on like, guys, I've been trying to find net immigration, or not net, but immigration from the United States by year, a graph. I wouldn't have thought that was difficult to find, but apparently it is. But I found a net migration. This is the closest I can get. It's still positive, like more people moving to America than leaving, but it is down since COVID. I mean, it's down significantly since COVID. So that might be, and this only goes to 2024. Who knows what's happening in 2025? Let's see.
I'm sad about that.
And I definitely have heard anecdotes of people leaving, like especially people from like marginalized groups type thing, which makes sense.
A lot of bad things going on with Trump. It's a lot of nonsense going around right now. And I feel sad about that. It's very embarrassing. I'm not for it at all. And when I travel, I feel like people are frowning upon me. Even though I didn't vote for him, I didn't vote for Trump, I'm against all of that.
See, I mean, this guy exists. This is kind of what I meant. Like, a huge amount of Americans are anti-Trump. Huge amount.
So, yeah, it's a bit alarming at the moment. But I don't blame people for not wanting to live there or move away right now.
Actually, I mean, it's not even half the country that supports Trump at this point. And this was updated today. And 40% approve, 55% disapprove of Trump. So at this point, the majority of Americans are anti-Trump.
I would move away, but I can't right now at the moment. I'm working. I don't like the idea of a dictatorship, and I don't want to be a part of it.
Yeah, that actually used to be a core American value right there.
And I think that might come into play later on, and people don't want to be a part of that either.
Even a founding value.
We are definitely worse culturally, and governmentally we are definitely getting as bad as them.
Yeah, well, America has definitely taken the first steps. Britain is slowly sliding down.
Yeah, I like Americans. They're good tippers, and I work in a bar, so on the whole, Americans have been quite nice to me, but only the ones that come to this country.
I appreciate him kind of separating the government from the people and that type of thing. I always appreciate that.
Tolerate them. Some are nice.
I like the country. I kind of like the
I'll take it.
culture. Yeah. Everyone's talkative. Everyone's interested to speak to you.
We had an American person come into where we work at the weekend, and he was so loud. And you hear about it, and you're like, they're not all loud. He was really like.
We're not all loud, just like 55% of us.
He was so nice. He was really nice. So loud. Very grating.
Actually, you know what? I'd say about 40% of us are probably very loud. That's about right. Probably right there. That would probably correlate pretty close.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the accent. They get on my nerves.
That's rude.
They're just very...
But which one?
Like, single-minded, I guess.
In terms of, like, landscape.
I don't see. I mean, that's obviously like it's almost objectively offensive to say Americans are single-minded. It's like, but it's not just that it's offensive. I don't really care if it's offensive. It's more so that it's like I just don't feel like it's accurate. That's one thing that I typically don't really care to be offended. by people's opinions. But when it's like something like that, where it's like, oh, they all support Trump or they're all single-minded, it bothers me a little bit because, like, no. I mean, that's actually kind of, if anything, it's the opposite. Like, the problem is we're so divided. We're not single-minded at all. We're, like, at each other's throats divided politically.
They've got nice national parks, Yosemite, very nice.
The food looks alright, but if I ate too much of it, I think I'd become fat, so.
Probably true. Well, if you ate too much of any food, you'd probably become fat. But, yeah.
I don't know what's in it, so yeah.
Especially American food with this. Yeah, well, you already, that's a whole nother subject, you know, American food. Yes, indeed. Preservatives and hormones and shit.
When you talk to Americans, when you're over there, they love our pubs and what we've got over here. So there's that, you know, we like what they've got. We've not quite got everything they've got. And likewise with them, like, you know, they love it.
I think that's absolutely true. And I feel like in a super healthy landscape, that would be the general consensus, you know? If there wasn't a whole bunch of bullcrap that we all have to deal with, especially going on over here in America, like, it would just be as simple as, like, yeah, we all like variety. Like, another culture is super interesting. So, like, American culture would be interesting to experience. Americans feel like British culture would be super interesting to experience. That would be like, I don't know. Has there ever been a time period where there was just like this peace in the world and we could all just feel that way? Like, oh, yeah, you know, I'd like to go over there, experience their culture. But unfortunately, there's all sorts of like bullshit going on in America that make that a lot more complicated than just that.
History, don't they? And
I mean, you can see the way the coffee culture's taken off now. Some of the pastries here now, they're awesome, aren't they? You know, the culture is changing, I think, and for the better.
Don't think it would be
I'm not exactly even sure what he just meant by that, but that's interesting.
Safe and conducive to like a healthy lifestyle. And apparently they have like no holidays, so that's...
No, that's true.
It's awful.
Wow, that was super fascinating. That was super fascinating. And I apologize, guys, because I know that sometimes I play devil's advocate, and sometimes I might get passionate about something, and you know, it is what it is. I try to be real. You know, I try to be real. I thought that was super thought-provoking and very interesting. I had to laugh when the girl mentioned freedom of speech. Okay, we're not even going anywhere with that, okay? Usually I read some comments, but I'm not doing that here. I've already been divisive enough. And, yeah, I'm not actually into the whole division thing. In fact, the whole point of this channel, I like to think of it as being like a really tiny part in the world, a little tiny thing in the world that helps us unite more, rather than hate each other. And it's by understanding more about other people's cultures and stuff and seeing their points of view. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys next week. Have a great weekend.